Topsy and Tim Meet Father Christmas by Jean and Garris Adamson. Topsy and Tim were very excited. It would soon be Christmas, so they were going to the garden center to get a Christmas tree. Mommy told them to put on their hats, coats, scarves, and gloves because it was cold outside. It had been snowing, so Dad had to drive slowly. They saw some children playing in the snow. Topsy waved to them. "Let's build a snowman when we get back," said Tim. Topsy and Tim agreed on a very nice smaller tree. Dad fetched a trolley for the tree and the twins helped to push it. Mommy said they could choose 2 new tree decorations to add to the ones that they had kept from last year. They searched through a box of glittering decorations. Topsy found a dear little angel for the top of the tree and Tim chose a cheeky robin redbreast. "Because you have been so helpful," said Dad, "there's a special someone waiting to meet you before we go home." At the back of the garden center was a little wooden house. It was covered with snow and twinkling lights, and a sign said, "Santa Grotto." The front door of Santa Grotto opened and a lady, dressed as an elf, welcomed Topsy and Tim inside. "Who are you?" asked Topsy. "I'm Father Christmas's helper," said the elf. "Do come in and meet Father Christmas." Topsy and Tim held hands tightly as they went into Santa Grotto. Father Christmas was sitting in a big armchair. He smiled at the twins and said, "Ho, ho, ho, have you been good children?" "Yes, always," said Topsy. "Will you come down our chimney with presents on Christmas Eve?" said Topsy. "Don't you worry," said Father Christmas. "I'll be there. Just don't forget to hang up your stockings." "We won't," promised Tim, "and we will leave a carrot out for your reindeer," said Topsy. Mommy peeped in to see how they were getting on. "Have they been good?" she asked Father Christmas. "So good they deserve a little present to open when they get home," said Father Christmas. He pulled out a present for Topsy from a sack marked girls, and a present for Tim from a sack marked boys. "Thank you very much," said Topsy and Tim together. As soon as they were back in the car and on their way home, Topsy and Tim opened Father Christmas's presents. "I've got sunglasses," said Topsy. "I've got a trumpet," said Tim. They were very pleased. It had snowed a lot while they were in the garden center. When they got home, the twins ran straight outside to build a snowman. Dad helped them and at last they had a splendid snowman. Topsy and Tim ran indoors and fetched an old hat for Snowy's head and a carrot for his nose. It was getting dark, so Topsy and Tim said goodnight to Snowy. They had a surprise when they went into the living room. The Christmas tree was covered in twinkling lights, tinsel, and tiny toys. Tim's robin was perched right at the top of the tree. "It's not fair," grumbled Topsy. "My angel should be at the top." Just then Kitty strolled into the room and spotted the robin. Kitty thought the robin was a real bird. She leapt high up into the tree and brought it crashing down to the floor. "Naughty cat," said Mummy. "Bad kitty," said Tim. Then everybody began to laugh. It was not long before the tree was up again, this time with Topsy's angel on top. At last it was Christmas Eve, the night when Father Christmas comes. Topsy and Tim went to bed. but they did not want to go to sleep. Their stockings were hanging at the end of their beds, and Mommy had put a carrot for Rudolph on their chest of drawers. "I'm going to stay awake to say hello to Father Christmas," said Topsy. Tim did not answer. He was already fast asleep. Tim woke up early on Christmas morning. It was quite dark, but he could see that his stocking was full of exciting presents. "Wake up, Topsy," he called. "Father Christmas has been, and Rudolph's had his carrot." Topsy and Tim have all sorts of new experiences just like you. Find out what happens when Topsy and Tim visit Father Christmas. Look out for these other stories to share. The end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.